Just when I was about to step through airport security for my around-the-world trip, I heard the twins in my womb, a boy and a girl, shouting, "Mom, can you stop thinking about going to have fun? The whole world is going to become a frozen block of ice in a month. You're still thinking about flying around at a time like this. Don't be silly." My brother's right. Hurry home and stock up on food and medicine already. Renovate our mansion. Turn the garden into food storage. Turn the swimming pool into a reservoir. My heart skipped a beat, and the milk in my hand spilled all over the floor. The passenger behind me urged me impatiently, "Can you hurry up? You're holding everyone up." I ignored him. Instead, I turned around and called my assistant. I also gave him another order. "Get me 10,000 pounds of grains and 5,000 pounds of pork belly. The ones with the skin on. I want them now." From that moment on, Kirsten, the woman in Harbor City who only knew how to burn money and fly all over the world, changed. She became Kirsten, ruler of the frozen wasteland. Before my Porsche even got off the highway from the airport, the soft little voice in my womb burst out again. "Mom, this blizzard is supposed to last 2 years. We can't just renovate the manor. We need to stock up too. Not just food, but we need blankets, winter gear, things like that. Firewood would be even better, and hunting rifles too." My legs almost went weak, and I almost hit the gas instead of the brake. Was the boy trying to scare me? I pulled onto the emergency lane, then took a deep breath and rubbed my belly. "Son, did your memories get scrambled during your reincarnation? We live in the 21st century now. We have heated floors at home, and we didn't need hunting rifles for food a long time ago." Who said his memories scrambled? Just do what he said. In our last life, when the extreme cold hit, the whole world was thrown into another ice age. The people who froze to death turned into zombies. My brother and I died when the zombies bit into our necks. The image was just too vivid, and goosebumps rose all over my body. To make sure these two little ones were not simply imagining things, I tested them. "Then tell me the lottery numbers being drawn today. If they were really regressors, they would know it, because I loved buying lottery tickets." "Please. In your last life, you watched the lottery drawing whenever you had nothing better to do." "I remember the numbers too. It was your birthday, and the last 6 digits of the driver's license number, +1. You missed the jackpot by that one number." I drove straight to a convenience store, bought a lottery ticket, then stood outside and waited for the results. An hour later, the winning numbers came out. I won. I froze. This was real. In a little over a month, the ice age would arrive. I claimed the prize at once. Then I started preparing for the end of the world. I called an industrial battery supplier I had met while shopping in Edalus. "I need 100,000 units of advanced portable batteries. Immediately. Yes, the power lines will freeze and snap during the ice age. I need those batteries." After hanging up, I stepped on the gas and drove straight to the biggest meat wholesale market in Harbor City. The place was damp and reeked of raw meat. Plastic bags and bloody water littered all over the floor. I stood in the pork butchering section in a limited edition Hermes outfit and 4-inch heels, as if I had wandered in from another world. The butchers in the section looked at me like I was a walking wallet. "I want half of the premium quality pork over there," I said, "and all the premium quality beef over there. Hack it up." The butcher froze, electric saw still in hand. "Ma'am, are you opening a restaurant?" "No restaurant, I'm preparing for winter," I said with a slight nod. I had no time to waste on him, so I swiped my card and paid the deposit. "I want all the premium quality frozen meat in this market. Deliver it to my warehouse in temperature-controlled trucks. I'll tear your shop down if I'm missing even 1 pound." Just as I was directing the workers to move an entire container of Southland steaks, a camera flash went off nearby. I turned and saw Tina Anderson holding up her phone, looking like she was enjoying some show. She was my fake friend from the Harbor City socialite circle. She also happened to be the wife of my husband's cousin. Tina had always thought the daughter of a family who had recently climbed up the ladder like me wasn't worthy of a man from an old money family like Hayden Gomez. Well, Kirsten. What happened? Don't tell me that Hayden can't afford a housekeeper anymore, to the point you have to come to a place like this and buy this stinking meat yourself. As soon as she said that, she covered her nose with a face full of disgust. I ignored her, picked up a box of Floraland foie gras. No one had moved, and threw it into the trunk of the Porsche. "If you're only here to make snide comments, get lost." Tina was startled by my forcefulness, then sneered. "Go on, keep making a fool of yourself. I'm recording this and sending it to the group chat right now. I'll let all of Harbor City see how embarrassing Hayden's wife has become." My daughter snorted inside my womb. "That stupid woman. When the blizzard comes, all the silicone pads in her will be the first to freeze and crack. I bet they'll feel nice and crunchy." I almost couldn't stop myself from laughing. The owner of the wholesale market handed my card back and asked me to use another one. It turned out my card with a 7-figure limit had been maxed out. Then my phone rang, and Hayden's confused voice came through. "Kirsten, did you hire people to renovate the house and buy out an entire wholesale market of frozen meat?" His voice held both indulgence and helplessness. "That is right. Can't I spend money in a different way?" I asked righteously. The other end of the call went silent for a few seconds before saying, "Sure, you can. You can do whatever you want. I'll raise your card limit, so spend as much as you like." After hanging up, warmth spread through my heart. No matter how the world changed, this man had always treated me the same way. When I returned to the estate in Bayside and looked at the antique collection worth tens of millions, my heart bled. These things couldn't be eaten later, and neither could they not keep out the cold. "Sylvester, take all of this to auction," I said to the butler. Sylvester, who was holding a piece of velvet cloth, trembled so hard he almost dropped the $100,000 vase in his hands. These were all bought by Master Hayden at high prices from all over the country. Sell them, I said before I lay down on the sofa. I raised my voice. Who decides what happens in this house? You or me? These antiques carry too much negative energy. They affect my baby's development. Understood. Sylvester looked at me like I had lost my mind, but he still ordered the servants over to pack everything. Watching those expensive antiques being carried away one by one, I had only one thought: turn them into canned food. Not only were they going to be filling, but they were less likely to spoil in extreme cold. The two little ones in my womb started giving orders again. Mom, the house's old-fashioned interior looks so fragile. The insulation and impact resistance are terrible. Once the cold wave hits at -76 degrees Fahrenheit, everything will crack. How is that any different from throwing the doors open and letting the blizzard in to tear us apart? I looked up at the house, which was decorated entirely in solid wood. I used to think mahogany looked classy, but now it seemed pretty and useless. I mumbled, let's change them then. Replace everything with reinforced aluminum security shutters. We don't need windows or anything like that. I immediately contacted the best security company in Harbor City's Central Business District. When the person on the other end heard my requirements, he thought I wanted to turn the manor into a vault. Madam, renovations at this level are usually used to protect National Museum collections. I feel unsafe and I'm afraid of the cold. Is there something wrong with that? Money isn't a problem, but I have one requirement. I need it to be finished within 3 days, I said. Once they heard that money wasn't a problem, they immediately fell silent and brought in the construction crew overnight. Tina brought a few friends from the circle who usually followed her around to my front gate to laugh at me. They stood outside and watched as the mahogany all over the house was torn out piece by piece, laughing so hard they almost cried. Oh my God, Kirsten, have you lost your mind? You're tearing out thousands worth of mahogany and replacing it with these scraps. Did Hayden find someone new and stop giving you money, so you had to tear out the mahogany and sell it for cash? How is this a mansion? It is practically a junkyard. I was sorting through my useless dresses when I heard what they were saying. I tossed the clothes in my hands aside, and a pair of underwear just so happened to land right on Tina's head. Ah, what is this filthy thing? Tina shrieked and yanked it off, but the sudden pair of underwear still left her speechless. This is my home. Get out. I got up, grabbed Tina by the collar, and threw her out. Tina's face turned dark with anger, and she growled, Kirsten, just you wait. When Hayden comes back and sees what you've done to the house, he'll definitely send you to a psychiatric hospital. That night, when Hayden came home, he was startled once he saw what was happening. I had removed the original door and replaced it with a reinforced shutter. I had also torn the manor apart. The living room was piled with instant soup and the canned food I had panic bought from the supermarket. There wasn't even an empty place to step on. He stood in front of the rug suppressed under boxes of cans, his expression a little dark. Kirsten, what is wrong with you? Why did you turn our home into something like this? I dragged Hayden into the study on the second floor and slammed the door shut. Then I locked it and lowered my voice as I said, Honey, I'm preparing before the disaster hits us. The ice age is coming. Hayden scanned me over from head to toe, then turned me around once. You're my wife, all right. You haven't been swapped with a doppelganger. What nonsense are you talking about? Your son and daughter told me, I said as I poked my slightly rounded belly. He rubbed his temples and took my hand in his. Kirsten, aren't your pregnancy symptoms a little too severe? Are you hallucinating because you haven't got enough sleep? Do you want me to take you to the hospital? He didn't believe me. Of course he didn't. A month ago, I had still been bidding against someone over a dress at a foreign fashion show, but now I was stocking up on cotton coats. A voice said to me, I told you. Dad's a skeptic who doesn't believe in the divine and supernatural. He won't believe this mystical stuff. Forget it, Mom. As long as he doesn't stop us from stocking up, it is fine. I tiptoed and kissed his chin. Just think of it as your wife's prenatal anxiety acting up. Messing with all this gives me a sense of security. Think of it as maintaining your good husband image. Okay. He glanced at the mountains of canned food filling the hallway, and then at my silk nightgown stained with oil. He finally sighed in resignation. Fine. As long as you don't dig a hole through the ground to the other side of the earth, do whatever makes you happy. He then went to the terrace to call a psychologist. I heard his urgent, anxious voice as he spoke. Hello, Dr. Smith. My wife is under a lot of stress from carrying twins, and she is already hallucinating. She is even saying the ice age is coming. What should I do in this situation? Don't agitate her. Are you sure? All right. I understand.